Hello there, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you ready to rock? Welcome to episode 16 of Heavy Metal Sunday at Dunsy's, where you get to watch an old heavy metal fan, me, read through an old heavy metal magazine, Kerrang issue 16, while drinking a cup of coffee. I always keep to hand the new wave of British heavy metal encyclopedia. Still available. I don't get any money if people buy this, but you should buy it. It's an incredible bit of work by Malk Macmillan. Now, I will try and do this whole thing in one go. I don't know what time's it. I think my son will be in from college soon, but I'm just going to try and go through it, do minimal editing as well. So I started the last couple of videos with what are you listening to now? What are you listening to when you're watching this? Or before you watch this? Or what were you listening to after a few beers on Friday? I have been listening to Fire of Unknown Origin by Blue Oyster Cult. Brilliant album. More sort of commercial than the previous ones. Burning for You. What a brilliant tune this is. Just a really, really, really good album, that. Blue Oyster Cult, Soft White Underbelly. And I can't remember the other previous name they had. The Stalk Forest Group, was it? Or something like that. So Kerrang number 16 from May the 20th to June the 2nd, 1982. Now get this, it's gone up 10 pence. It's now 60 pence, but it's still Britain's loudest rock mag. So we have on the cover Van Halen. Oh, remember in last week's episode, there was somebody saying Van Halen were terrible live. How dare they? In colour we have Twisted Sister, Aldo Nova, The Stones, The Handsome Beasts, Status Quo, Carlos Santana, Joan Jett, The Scorpions, Girl School and Judas Priest, and The Rainbow Story in picture. Goodness, The Rainbow Story is still going. That's been going for like 3 or 4 issues now. So what do we have? In Mayhem. I'll scan this in for you. Oh, Michael Schenker smoking a cigarette. Bernie Marsden has left Whitesnake. Ooh, with both Mickey Moody going it alone, Coverdale now has a band with no guitarist. Who else do we have? Wicked Vicar. It would seem that some confusion has arisen over the Wicked Vicar Armed and Ready feature in Kerrang issue, also Kerrang number 14. We'd like to make it clear that the band's demo described as produced in what sounds like a toilet was not recorded at Ebony Studios, and that the folk at Ebony will only be including a number on the Vicar, by the Vicar, on an album due soon. Well, quite right, you got to clarify that. Zen Attack, the Brothers Schenker, Spider, what else have we got? Oh, mentions Viva, which is Michael and Rudolph's sister. Joan Jett and the Black Heart special guests on the Queen tour. Queen sort of stadium tour that year. I've got 2 of these magazines, I don't know why. I'm sure that'll become... Oh, look at the size of that hat. Where did you get that hat? David Lee Roth with the world's biggest hat. A 14,000 gallon hat. And Van Halen, Edward with his black and white version of his guitar. Apologies if I need to keep manually trying to focus this. More Van Halen. Advert for Docking, breaking the chains around me. What does it say? No nonsense, no frills, straight from the hip, hard rock songs which bear the hallmark of stainless steel riffs of the Chonga variety. By Toots Daily. Mayhem, I will scan this one in as well. More Mayhem. Bryson Graham. He should be one to play with Girl, did he not? We're still going on about the Motley Crue and Wishbone Ash. Here today and gone tomorrow, all seems to have gone quiet on the Motley Crue front for the time being at least. Their support slot on the forthcoming Wishbone Ash tour proved to be a complete and utter hoax. Fake news, folks, fake news. Both Crocus and Girls School recently played in LA. Aerosmith fans may be interested in the news we received stating that Brad Whitford has joined the Joe Perry project. As an aside, again, I don't get any points for this, but this is a great book, an absolutely fantastic book talking about the Joe Perry project and Brad Whitford, written by Mac Bell. Really, really good book. And it's so sad, like the last sort of chapter, when the band split up, Mac just gets out of the van and gives Joe a hug. And reading it, honestly, I was like, oh, so sad. I sent Mac a message on Facebook and says, man, your book is so good. And he got back and said, you know, because I've done quite a lot of Joe Perry songs on my main channel, and he says, you know, thanks for keeping the Joe Perry spirit alive. Couldn't believe it, Mac Bell. So yeah, I'll scan the rest of that in. Top 30 cuts compiled by Paul and Kev at the Machine Disco, the Peel Board Lane, Leeds. I'll scan this in so you can make a best of playlist of. You can maybe make one for every. Well, there won't be one for KERRANG number 1, although they've got the top 100, I think, in that, isn't it? You can make this could be like playlist number 16. Number 1 is Mirrors by the Angels. 2, Ready to Fly. 3, Searching by Blackfoot from the Marauder album. Good album, that. Marauder. Blue Oyster Cult, Extraterrestrial Live. Saxon Advert. Oh, it's page falling out here. 12. Maybe that's why I've got 2 of these. Talk amongst yourselves now. Till I work out what I've done here. Oh, no, that's... Yeah, that's okay, cool. I'll move back to this one because that page is falling out. So then next up we have... Oh, so bad at this. We have Dee Schneider and Aldo Nova. You know, I've said in a few episodes, those first couple of Aldo Nova albums were just incredible. Incredible playing, incredible just performances. I think he does most of the stuff in the first one. Maybe with like a drum machine or something. Or just a drummer. And it's just the melody, the playing, the songs, just a great tune. It's got a monkey on her back. It's on the first album. Strictly for connoisseurs, do you have any of these? I've got 4 of these, 4 out of 5. Nearly a full house. Aerosmith, Rocks. Armageddon, don't know anything about Armageddon. Bad Company, Straight Shooter. Most people have that. Razamanaz by Nazareth. Surely people have that. And what? How is Strictly for Connoisseurs? Fawcett by UFO. Any self-respecting rock fan will own Fawcett by UFO. The Rolling Stones. Here's the thing. My wife, my good lady, my companion of many years, my wife is a massive Stones fan. Probably the Stones are her favourite band, the Stones are the Doors. I can take or leave the Stones. I think I could make like a 12-song best of, and that would be all I'd need. And that's me. They're her favourite band, and she absolutely loves them. I've been to see them with her, because that's the sort of things you do. You know, for better or for worse. I've been to see the Stones. I don't know. I only need to hear sort of 12 songs, 14 songs, and that's me. Do you feel like that about any bands? You know, you think, I don't not like them, but I've heard enough to keep me happy. Let me know in the comments. This is all about engagement, folks. That's what YouTube's all about. Cuts. I will scan these in so you can read them at your leisure. Just press pause and read them at your leisure. But I'll tell you what we're looking at today. Queen, Hot Space. Again, Queen. You know, I think Queen are a really, really good band, a great band, fantastic musicians, fantastic songs, but I think I've maybe only got about 1 album. And that's not because I don't like him, it's just because, you know, I've heard enough to go back and listen to it again and think that was really good, but I've not felt the need to go and search for loads of other stuff. Does that make sense to people? I might make a video about this on this channel about how you can not like something, but not have to know everything about it or hear every song or go back and check the back catalogue. Sorry about that. Fist Back with a Vengeance on Neat Records. Brian Adam, You Want It, You Got It. Good album that, actually. I'll tell you what, the guitar playing on Reckless, that's not Reckless obviously, but coffee. Keith Scott is playing on Reckless. Unbelievably tasty guitar playing on Brian Adams. Palace Arrive. I do this every single time I talk about Palace, but this is Arrive Alive on Granite Works Records cassette tape. Cheetah, Rock and Roll Women. Good song that. Good album that, I mean. Spoke to the Saxon, eh? I did I do a cover of Bang Bang, Shot Full of Love? My mate Fred loves him. He saw Cheetah when he was in the army when he was deployed in Germany. Not in the 1940s, but when he was across there in the early 80s. Saxon, the eagle has landed. Oh, I'm not going to read this out, but it says blunt talons. That to me is saying somebody's not pleased with it. Kilowatt. Tricks of the trade as explained by ace record producer Martin Birch. No longer with us. Good gracious, I mean, it must be bad if even I'm hesitating about showing you this. So are you ready? Now I know it's Sunday, so I mean, hopefully you've not had your dinner. But here's the Handsome Beasts. They were a good band, and you know, obviously didn't take themselves too seriously in their photographs, but a good band. Even More Rainbow, the final instalment of Rainbow, with all the lineup. Susan armed and ready. Another one I'll scan in for you. You can read this. Bordello was formed earlier this year when bassist Ross Landau and drummer Simon Tompkins became dissatisfied with the direction of their previous band, glam rockers Janine. Shiva, they're good. They're on Heavy Metal Heroes, I think. Shiva, Angel of Mons, that's it. And Alien. I remember that picture. I thought the guy in the front was like, I don't know, looked like he was in Starsky and Hutch or something like that. So I'll scan them in for you. Where are Alien are from Leicester. Alien, is that the same? I was listening to this the other day. The same Alien that's on one take, no dubs. Did they do? Could have done better. Maybe. You know, to find that out, I would really need something like a new wave of British heavy metal encyclopedia. Alien, I'm sure I've looked this up before, and but you know, when you get to this age, people will be like this. When you get to this age, it's no, I couldn't see anything. No? AL must be in here, surely. Oh, I'm imagining things now as well. I mean, need more coffee. My camera's focusing down there. I don't know why that would be. Is this more Rainbow? Jeez, oh man, more Rainbow. More Rainbow. They're Plugger, as they were known in the trade when I was a young man trying to make it in the music business, playing your Plugger to get you featured and stuff. Beware the Q at 82. The Quo. Status quo. Goodbye, she said. Concerts. Who's in concerts? Somebody playing a saxophone with leopard skin trousers on. I don't condone that sort of behaviour. I don't condone either of those things. And when they're combined, absolutely not. And they appear to have some sort of doll's head stuck to their microphone. It is, of course, none other than Hawkwind. And it says Nick Turner, it could have been 1972. So this is the Monmore Rock Festival. I'll scan that one in for you. At least Steve Zodiac was there with his band. Vardis. Yes, so that's Monmore Rock Festival. Gamma, Edinburgh Playhouse, they would have been sporting Montreux. No, they wouldn't. They would have been sporting, what they call, Waiting for a Girl Like You. I've been Foreigner. Gamma Only Singe. Sacred Alien. The Marquee. Spiritual Planet, is it? It's a good tune, that. It's a good tune. I noticed Sean Canning's on Facebook. He's friends with my friend Alistair from Silverwing and Pet 8. I was going to add him as a friend, but I don't want to be like a friend collector on Facebook, you know, the bone collector or something like that. And just, you know, I'm a fan, but I don't want to be a pest. Lone Wolf, the Apollo in Manchester. So I'll scan them in for you. Carlos Santana, look, he looks so happy with his Buddha SG. If that's an SG 175, that is worth approximately a fortune. And Joan Jett, lovely Joan Jett. Crimson and Clover. It's all because, oh, here we go. Runaway success. It's all because Joan Jett loves rock and roll. a deep full interview with Joni. What we got here? Pen pals, oh my goodness. Some people have foolishly sent, I won't show any, but some people have foolishly sent their pictures into to pen pals. I mean, and this is 1982, so what's this, 43 years later? I mean, I can only imagine if my photograph here from if I can find a photograph of me from 1982, I'll put it in here. If it's too bad, I won't show it. And look at how I am now, so I can only imagine what these people are like now. Oh no, I don't want to read that out. See, I don't want to embarrass people. But it's crazy because it must have been becoming international, KERRANG. You know, I guess the first one was mostly sort of UK stuff, but it's over into 15. So there's people here from Quebec, people here from Chingford, people here from Monterey, California, people from Aberdeen in Scotland, fit like the Queenies, Czechoslovakia, Norway and everything, so in Stockholm. So I mean, it was great. In all seriousness, you know, I'm not taking the piss here, but it was bringing, you know, it was bringing heavy metal fans together, it's bringing young heavy metal fans together. I've discussed a few times on this about gatekeeping. You know yourself, if you were sort of 14 and into metal in 1980, there was gatekeeping for the older guys who saw like Zeppelin at Earl's Court and stuff, and they were like, Def Leppard or Saxon or other stuff. You get your glitter patches in your short hair, but I wasn't allowed to grow my hair long till I was about 14. You know, that's what happens when you live for free with your parents. The late great Kelly Johnson and Matthias Jabs. I'm going to hurry up, folks. I'm at about 20 minutes here. Letters. Well, I just grabbed the first one. No, I'll just read the first one because I'm going to go back and I'll read this one because it says the word shit and it's quite short. I need to get on with this. In reply to Jeff Banks' review of the Motorhead Tank gig at Newcastle City Hall, the reason the audience was so apathetic towards Tank was because Tank are a pile of shit. Tank are totally unoriginal and have nothing new to offer. God help us if that is where the future of heavy metal lies. Finally, would you go back to issuing your magazine on a monthly basis as the content is becoming rather predictable? Must we have AC/DC, Motorhead and Ozzy appearing on a rota system? And that's from a Mr. Angry or a Mrs. Angry in Sunderland. And I'll maybe scan a picture of Richie Blackmore in ladies' underwear. There you go, folks. And on the back we have the metal legend. He seems to be wearing chaps there, leather chaps. Rapid Fire. The book, what was his book called again? He's got a couple of books out, but the first one, I got it on that reading app. It's really good there. So there you go. 1980. Classic Cuts Rapid Fire. Rab Halford. That's his Scottish cousin, Rob Halford. So there you go, folks. That was episode 16 of Heavy Metal Sunday at Dunsy's, looking through KERRANG, number 16 as ever. Hope you have a great Sunday. Cheers for now.